Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we started off part 5 with Golden Wind. We were also in a different location. We were out in my living room. We are back in the normal, studio today? Question mark? It's not really a studio. It's just my bedroom where I keep all my filming crap and stuff. So, yeah. We're back here today, and everything is right with the world. Last time we did have Golden Wind, where Koichi Hirose was sent to Naples in Italy to find a young man named Giorno Giovanna for Jotaro. And sure enough, he did find him and had an encounter with him and fought his stand Golden Wind. A stand that I don't fully understand yet. I think, so since last episode, I have kind of learned, but I'm not entirely sure. I think the frog was Golden Wind. That is his stand, basically. But he was able to he's able to transform his stand into different things. So he used Golden Wind to turn Koichi's luggage into a frog. The frog got to him, and then Golden Wind has the power to ricochet attacks back at the attacker, which is how he took out Leaky Eye Luca. And then he transformed the frog back into Koichi's luggage, sold all of Koichi's crap. I guess transformed the frog back into Koichi's luggage and then removed Golden Wind from it and then sold all of Koichi's crap, I guess. But then there was also a part where he fought Koichi and he put vitality or something into the ground, and that sprouted a tree. And also Koichi got bodied by his own 3 freeze, so yeah. Anywho, so yeah. Then, afterwards, Giorno was approached by a man named Bruno Bucciarati? Was that how he said it? I don't remember. I don't fully remember how he said it. But Bruno, which if that must mean he is the greatest enemy of recent Disney movies, Luca and Encanto, as those both feature someone named Bruno who either you don't talk about him or you say silencio. If you have not seen Encanto or Luca, you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But go watch those movies, because they were actually really, really good movies. Luca specifically taking place in Italy, actually. So it's like a perfect lead-in to watching anime Italy. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've got Bruno who wants to get revenge, I guess, for Luca. Either way, he has his weird stand, and he's going to be fighting Giorno now. So yeah, that was pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. By the way, oh, right. I was about to say if you haven't seen it, but it's possible you haven't seen it yet, depending on when you are watching this. But the same week that I am posting this episode, I am also posting my reaction to Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe. If you're watching this video on the day this comes out, on that Thursday it came out, you're going to have to wait 2 days for that reaction to come out on Saturday. If you're watching it after, then you can go find it in the playlist, but be sure you don't miss my reaction to Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe. I had a lot of fun with it. We powered through all 4 episodes in one go, and yeah, I had a good time. Go check that out, and you can do that, or you can just chill out here, and we will go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Alrighty, we'll stop her there. Okay. Okay, this is a weird song for the ending, but okay. Alright, that's fine, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, man, I miss when JoJo had good ending songs, you know? Roundabout, Walk Like an Egyptian, even Last Train Home I thought was a bit better than this. But yeah, this and the one for part 4 are incredibly unmemorable. So, oh well. Okay. I still don't get Golden Wind. It's still kind of weird, so it imbues life. It can imbue life into something. If it imbues it into an inanimate object, it becomes a living organism. So, last episode, there was the money that became the butterflies, the frog, or no, the Koichi's luggage, which became the frog. And then in the ground, he made the tree. Here we had the plants that came up. And then, but if you do that to a living organism, like he did with Bucciarati, with Bruno, then it hypercharges the person, but they get delirious and they step outside of their own body. I don't get it. Maybe you guys can explain it in simpler terms. It does at least confirm that the frog was indeed Golden Wind. But it's interesting. So, the fly was compelled to return to Bruno because it was his tooth. But the frog returned to Giorno despite the fact that it was Koichi's luggage. I guess it jumped at Koichi, but then why did it go to that? But then there's also the thing of bouncing back an attack. There's also the thing of bouncing back an attack, which happens for some reason. It will bounce back the shovel. It will bounce back 3 freeze. It did not bounce back the zippers, though. Yeah, I don't get it. Guys, I don't understand Golden Wind. I mean, granted, I guess it took me a little bit to understand Shining Diamond. Star Platinum was pretty easy, you know? Star Platinum was pretty easy. He shows up and he punches. Shining Diamond took me a little bit to realize what exactly his restoration ability was. But this, I don't get it. I don't fully understand it. And so it's going to take me a little while before I figure this out, basically. So, yeah. But I will say, thinking about it now... Oh, it's 4:20. Anyway, thinking about it, though, the whole thing of, like, giving life... Honestly, the interesting thing about that is... So, he's always kind of had that. He had that as a kid. But... the thing about that is that feels more like an ability from Jonathan than Dio. And that's the thing, is that for the longest time, he has been more Jonathan than Dio, you know? While yes, Dio's blood is starting to awaken in him, which has actually, you know, fully developed his stand Golden Wind. Honestly, this reminds me of when when Jonathan first got Hamon, and after, Zeppeli did the whole lung thing, and, he just grabs this tree, and Zeppeli notes everything that's starting to sprout up through his Hamon, and that shows that Jonathan is a prodigy when it comes to Hamon, Like, he's exceptionally good already with Hamon. And it's ironic, because that was from episode 4 of Phantom Blood, where I was, like, almost just as confused as I am now about Golden Wind, So, while it took me a while to figure out Hamon, I hope it doesn't take me as long to figure out Golden Wind, but yeah. But it's an interesting idea. I can definitely see it coming more from Jonathan than from Dio, and I like that, because he is technically Jonathan's son, because of Jonathan's body being used by Dio, that's really cool. That it's an ability you could see Jonathan having, I just don't get the rest of it. But so yeah, we had the backstory on Haruno. Why did his name change? Nobody explained why his name changed. But Dio just was feeding and fucking girls left and right. He was feeding with his teeth and he was fucking with Jonathan's dick. So he kept eating his girls, except this one. The one girl he didn't kill, and she moved to Japan, and she was a bitch, and then she married an Italian, and he was a douche, and then they were douches and bitches together, and then Haruno, was silently, helped by a mafioso, which gave him a sense of virtue, and now that is inspiring him to take over the mafia. Did I get all that? Did I get all that right? His mother, though, is definitely the kind of bitch that Kira would see and be like, well, she's a right bitch, but damn her hands, though. And then he would go and kill her, and that'd be that. We don't know what happened to his mother. The stepdad he stopped beating Haruno because he worked for the guy that Haruno helped. But the mom, we didn't hear anything about. And it's a weird thing to think about, his mom's a bitch and his stepdad's a douche and stuff like that. And then it's like, well, what about his actual father, though? His actual father is Dio Brando, The one who sired him is Dio. That's the thing. It's while he may be technically biologically descended from Jonathan didn't sire him. Dio sired him. So it's I'm not saying Dio would be better. If Dio had raised him, I mean, if anything, I'm looking at this with his stepdad and thinking, well, this is basically Dio's backstory, Being abused by his terrible father, So, there's that. But yeah. But seeing this guy, this mafioso guy, which is also kind of like Josuke's backstory a bit, with, the guy that looked exactly like him that they never went back to ever, which was weird, but it's the same sort of thing of they modeled themselves after this guy, but Giorno, he had the virtues and stuff, which I guess Josuke did too, is the virtues in the hair, helping people. Which is why he would never turn his back on people, but Koichi did, and fuck Koichi. I'm sorry. He's not even in this episode. What am I doing? Anyway. But, yeah, so he got He learned virtues and he got a virtuous heart from seeing this fucking mafia leader kill people that sucked. And I mean, I guess, he had a point of like, wow, your dad was trash and he sold shit. He sold drugs to women and children, so that's why I killed him. It's like, oh, okay. But it's like, I don't know, it's an interesting role model, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But then, through all of this, he sees Bruno, and it's the same thing they set up by when he sees Koichi. And he says, "You have a good heart, I can tell, because you weren't going to attack me. You weren't trying to hurt me or kill me with your attack." And he can see that because it didn't actually hurt Koichi, that 3 freeze. And now he sees the same thing, where it's like, you hesitated before you attacked me because you saw that this kid was an addict, and you don't like that. But that's the thing, is that you hate it, but you're working for the guy peddling drugs, the leader of the mafia. And so now Giorno is going to infiltrate the syndicate, basically rise in the ranks, and he's going to take over and, I guess, reform the Italian mafia, which is crazy. So interesting stuff. Zipperman. Zipperman. I wonder what the original name is, because Zipperman sounds a little goofy. I mean, it's accurate. He's Zipperman. He's got zippers, but an interesting kind of stand. I kind of like it. I like the sort of creating. Oh, you know what it's like? It's like the old fucking. You ever watch Shaolin Showdown? And they got the fucking golden tiger claws. That shit was the coolest. I used to have the toy. Do I still have the toy? Oh my god, I might still have the toy because I fucking never cleaned my shit. I never cleaned my shit or got rid of any of my shit, so I just have my shit. And do I? Well, now I've said it, I gotta go look. Hang on. If I do, it's gonna be very dusty. Oh, I do. Oh, I can't reach it. I'm slipping. I'm losing ground. Oh, this is riveting commentary. Fucking shit. Oh, I got it. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay. I got it. Somehow or other, I did get it. Hold on, let me check and make sure this doesn't look like spiders or something. Alright. It's super, this is caked in dust, but alright. Oh, I can just barely get my giant hand in there. This. Anyway, it's like this. The golden tiger claws from Shaolin Showdown. They've been obviously glued a bit here, as you can see. This hurts because my hand is too big for this. My hand is too big to fit in this hole. Don't take that out of context. Oh, screw it. But anyway, we'll just set those there. Screw it. I don't care. Hey man, nowadays, people have toys and crap and collectibles and stuff. Alright, it is off. God knows how long the batteries have been in there. Anyway, it reminds me of that, where you just put a zipper on a wall and go through it, and then the fact that he can swap out his arm for someone else's arm, which is pretty interesting. It's a little goofy and a little overcomplicated, but it works. It's an interesting idea for a stand. So, yeah, golden tiger claws, which sounds like a stand actually. Like that sounds like it could be a stand. Just make some portals and crap. So. You think it still works? You're supposed to, do this and then it works. I imagine that battery died a long time ago. Oh. God, just seeing the disparity in the dust is ridiculous. Anyway, this has been another episode of Alex grabs crap out of his closet. as well as the only episode of Alex grabs crap out of his closet. So, yeah. So interesting stuff. Interesting plot starting out, joining and reforming the mafia. I like that. Yeah, interesting stuff. I guess it's just down to I don't understand Golden Wind, so, but we'll figure that out. Interesting story, ridiculous but interesting backstory, and I'm very curious to see where we're going from here. But yeah, that, I guess, honestly, is basically it. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go check out any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions. Remember, I did do a reaction to Thus Spoke Rohan Kashibe if you want to go check that out. There's also another video on screen as well. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.